See if this works. I wonder if what just happened. Lost Frank. Tick, tick, tock. See what's happening here. I don't know why it cut out. Sure, it was something I did. Well, I just invited Frank back in, but I'm not sure that he's there. Maybe he cut out. Maybe it's his internet connection. He might be getting this notification. Yes, he is. Anyways, we'll see what is happening. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, it did.
It did work.
So
Back to technical difficulties with Frank and
it was very
Fraser.
interesting to watch, and you were like that.
So no, I was. Oh, I don't know what I said last, but it was
very interesting to watch.
basically. No, I was trying to say about the bias and just sort of what the source is, if it's going to be financially motivated or not, and trying to get something that say doesn't have commercials in it. Whoops, we've got that in Canada. Well, at least on the radio, say it has no commercials. On TV, they have commercials now, but mostly it's kind of publicly funded to try and say there's no financial bias.
Yeah, there's a lot of financial bias.
Right?
In the US, yeah.
You see where I'm going with it? So that we're in the States, there's, I guess, PBS or something, or I don't know. Nothing's really publicly funded, is it?
Yeah,
Maybe PBS
90% publicly funded, yeah, but they don't do a lot of news, yeah.
Oh, it
No,
is.
it's
Okay,
not.
but not a huge, big network, right? Whereas CBC is kind of the big network in Canada. So, or well, I guess one of the two. I don't even know what the size audience-wise it is, but it's definitely a big player.
The biggest ones in America, I think, is Fox
maybe not.
News, MSNBC,
The private
CNN,
ones, right?
NBC.
Yeah.
You got a lot, though. You got a lot of news outlets out here.
ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get those old networks. They're still pretty big.
Most of it
But
is,
then
yeah.
it's private, right? And so it's it's gone this way. The private market has asked for, a split. They want screamers on both sides of the fence. And so, I don't know. But in Canada, it's almost like the PBS model where it's, if it's publicly funded, maybe the announcers are pro-public funding.
We did have a radio station.
For instance, so you kind of almost see where a bias could get into that too. And even though it's like it's free from all financial motivations of anything but the government, it's still got financial motivations.
Yeah.
Or at least 90% in your case. So, anyways, it's weird, but how do you do it? Do you let the media things do their thing? Do you do what Trump says and arrest them for bad reporting or something?
Well, you call them out saying they're fake news, and
right? No,
you call them out, call them fake news, and you go to people who aren't.
You can do that.
But there's even though the public. Oh God, I got so much on my mind right now. You said so much, I can't remember what I was going to say. PBS being publicly funded, I don't think they have a lot of news. I think it's just a lot of public shows. But we did have a public radio called NPR. They failed, actually. They didn't get a lot of good public funding, but they were biased towards the left, and they failed. So I don't know what you can read into that.
And it might be that. Maybe people don't want it. And maybe that's why you want to keep it open. So it's like, how many people want right-wing news?
It seems a lot more people want right-wing news than left because Fox is doing very well, and the other news stations combined don't have the same ratings Fox has.
They're doing well. Yeah, cutting a bit. I heard, the other stations don't have the same.
What did you miss? You want me to repeat it myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, there was
just that. I think you said other stations,
Fox
but I think you said they
Fox
all
has more ratings.
No, that Fox has
better
more ratings
than the next three biggest leftist biased news stations combined. So they're doing very well. So people don't want that left wing kind of thing. And being right wing on Fox is not really being right wing per se, because when they do have these talk shows, they have people of both sides on these talk shows having both sides points of view about any one topic. So it's not just all right wing. It's basically right, left, and center when they talk about certain subjects. It's about balance.
I think it's
Yeah,
about
it's balance.
there's like the presentation. I think it's
A
they
lot of
really
it's
hit on that
entertainment. Yeah,
entertainment style of it, right?
yeah.
Like get the graphics really animated, like animate the graphics. Don't just put up a boring poster of the weather with some old guy in a suit. No, you put up like this, like
Oh,
flashy, like
oh,
graphic,
oh
and
yeah,
sex the
there's a
hell out
lot
of
of
that
that.
weather girl.
The sexy weather girl, the
That's the
sexy
model, right?
graphic. Yeah,
Or
right. Yeah.
sports girl, or news girl.
Show a little
They have to
cleavage.
be sexy on Fox News. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fox
Oh
News has
yeah.
a
Oh,
certain type.
look, you, yeah, you want to get men, you
36,
got to
24,
do a
36 or
little
something like that. No.
sexuality. Bring the men in. Show a little leg. Show a little breast. Yeah, yeah.
They know how to get half the audience, right? And the other half, I suppose, no, and like you say, you want to have interesting conversations. The stuff that hits the news, like obviously the stuff that gets mocked, is the stuff
Yeah.
that's more on the extreme end. Like that's the stuff that gets hit on both sides of the spectrum, right? There's some mockable
A
stuff that comes out
lot.
of the United States
Yes. Yes.
of
It has.
every
Yeah.
channel. There's
Yeah.
some very comical
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that just it's mockable, right? But as you say, if you look at the
Well,
majority of things, a lot of it's they're good people.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're
that's the
beautiful
beauty of
people
freedom of
trying to do
speech. You
good
don't like
work.
something, you can mock it.
You can knock it, and that's great. That's great. No, no. And again, that just gets back to it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have the right to knock
Knock.
everything,
Knock it.
but
Yeah.
you have the responsibility to have thick skin and not to go to the police and say,
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Right.
have my
Yeah.
feelings
So
hurt.
there's a favorite
So,
saying that as
yeah.
a conservative we have says, "Our rights don't end where your feelings begin." So you have to have that thick skin.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I believe that too. Yeah, I believe that too. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I was
went
gonna.
on.
I
We
was
went
thinking
over a
about a
lot.
bunch of other things. I think, what else do we have to say? Um, I was looking as I went
No,
off.
you're fine.
Does it look like I have a red eye or anything?
No, you look fine
No,
to me.
doesn't look like a red eye.
Oh,
I
let
had
me
a
see.
volleyball like smashed into my face yesterday, like
No,
straight
I
into
think
my
you're
eyeball. I
okay.
was pretty
No,
sure
I
my
think you're
eyeball was
okay.
open. No, it doesn't look that bad. And the light's more on this side, so this
You
is
might have a
darker
little bit of a.
anyways because the light's on this side.
Oh
But yeah,
God,
I could
you
definitely
okay?
feel it. It was it came straight into my eyeball. It was like I jumped too high for the block, and it was just like a huge smash, just got bass. Not even like it would have been good if I would have blocked
Oh,
it down, but no, it goes off
I
the side of
wouldn't
my
think
head and
guys
out of
tall as you would have
bounds.
to jump the block. Just
Sag.
Would need
I
to.
shouldn't jump that high. I have this bad habit of getting excited. When I got hit. What was the last time? I think the last time was the other eyeball last season. Same thing. It was just learn the lesson. Don't jump. I have to jump like 4 inches to block
Just
the
put your
ball.
arms
I'm up
up,
there
and then
jumping like 2 feet, like blocking with my nose.
you have.
I know. I just get excited. But no, I had a good 10 good blocks though, but one straight to the face. After that, I
I
jumped
bet
shorter. I
if
know
we
it's a
could,
lesson learned, right? Just like stepping too
Fraser, I
close
bet
to the
if we
fire.
could
It's like,
see the
whoops,
eye to
whoops,
eye,
no.
if I could
I
see eye to
learned.
eye,
Trust
like
me, I learned.
a 1 foot step stool, and we put our arms out, you touch my chest, and I'll probably get up to your elbow because I have these little T-Rex arms. I have T-Rex arms.
That's good. That's good. You don't bump it. You think it's a bad thing, but you should see like all armrests are
No,
not
no, I
made
would
for me.
think
Like in
not.
my car, like I gotta squeeze myself in like this because I take up normal, like my normal space of armrest, and I'm like elbowing the other guy in the ribs over there, and like I gotta stick the other one out the window or something. Like
Oh, sorry. Are you?
I have, what is the opposite? What are those sloth
Yeah,
arms or like
chimpanzee.
the
Yeah,
chimpanzee
yeah,
arms kind of thing?
yeah.
They're like too long for their
My
bodies.
uncle is like that. He can tie his shoes standing up. He doesn't have to bend over. I swear to God, he's got long. He's got the longest arms I've
That's
ever seen in my life. Yeah, and I got these T-Rex arms.
crazy, right? I heard someone did that one time. They would like put their, I was a woman, I think. She was like embarrassed about her arms. She always did things. She put them in her side and they were like halfway down her
Really?
thigh where she could touch her thigh, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Seriously, I was like,
That's
holy
that is
cow, they
really
are
odd
wickedly
proportions.
long,
What about
right?
her legs? Were her legs long
She had
too?
long
Were her
arms,
legs long too?
right?
No, her, the
Me,
woman.
I've got super
Oh,
long
see,
legs and a short
I got,
torso. Her, I don't remember. Probably. That was probably it too, because
I
I've
have a
actually got
very
a
long
proportionally,
torso.
my torso is shorter. So I got these like
Oh, I told you about the human
freaking
growth
long
hormone I took a
legs.
while ago.
Yeah,
Well, we're getting really
the
off
opposite.
subject right now, but I'm talking about the human growth hormone I took. My extremities didn't grow, but my torso did, so I have a very tall torso and these short arms and legs. Yeah.
The tall torso. That's good
Yep.
though. All the important stuff is in the
It's
torso.
true.
It's true. I saw a guy who
Oh
was living
God.
without arms and legs. No arms and legs. He was
Wow. Yeah,
born
I've
that
seen
way.
that. Yeah, I've seen
Can
that.
you imagine? No arms and legs. In England or something. Anyways, but then another one. Anyway, that's all. We're getting
Here
way
we
off
are. We're
topic. But
way
we're
off
allowed to
topic.
talk
Yeah,
about
right.
anything
Freedom of
we want.
speech.
That's the whole free speech idea.
Freedom of speech. All right. You
But,
want to cut it off here? Because
but no,
we
we
got
did.
half of it
Well,
done.
I should probably cut out
We
here,
got half
but
of it done.
yeah. Uh, yeah, but well,
Yeah,
not
we got the
even.
first three.
Oh yeah, we
We
did
did
kind of touch on
religion,
freedom of the
freedom,
press. I
freedom of
wouldn't mind going
exercise,
through
and
that a little
freedom
bit more,
of
but
no, well, freedom of the press. We didn't get freedom of speech per se, but I think we did that. No, I think everything that we cover is under that little
freedom
thing of
of
freedom of speech. You know,
okay.
it's like a blanket, but like that blanket statement of freedom of speech, they're making sure it covers religion, press,
Yeah,
assembly, and grievances. So it's so
yeah. And yeah, it's true. We've covered it, and it'll definitely
oh
come up
yeah,
again. Like anytime we talk about
yeah.
other things, like just kind of came up before, like when some other law tries to get changed, it's like boom, no, you can't do that. Freedom of speech,
Did I
right?
lose you for?
A lot of them just like nope,
Did you
nope.
lose me
Like
for
the
a
thing
second?
about David Wood
Did you
there.
lose me for a
Did I
second?
cut out again? Darn it.
I got a text
I saw
message.
you jump a little bit, but anyways, I think all I was saying
Answer.
was that you did? Okay. I was just saying
Oh,
that,
sure, it will.
freedom of
Yeah,
speech will come up again, I'm
yeah,
sure.
sure.
But yeah, yeah, no, I'm glad we
Well,
got
this
through that
is
thing. Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
the Constitution is a person's civil rights. So if you hear in America someone's civil rights are violated, this is what it's referring to. So anything that,
Mhm.
whatever was violated, you can see in
I
here.
got
But
you.
there's 27 amendments to this, so there's a lot to talk about.
I look forward to it. No, I like this vent. And then we can do like,
And yeah,
4 or 5
well,
until we get bored or something. Just like, not until we get bored,
yeah,
but
right.
that it's always still there too.
So
And then we can come back to the
this
other
is the
ones when we
this
don't
is
have
the
something to
beauty
talk.
of the
It's like, oh yeah, we've
Constitution,
got
though.
these now,
The beauty of the
like big back
Constitution
shelf of stuff. Yeah.
is that it doesn't
Hmm.
give us as Americans rights. It preserves our God-given rights, so the government can't take them away. And that is the beauty of this document, and should be preserved, respected for all time, because this is probably the most important thing our founding fathers wrote as far as American freedoms are concerned. And the balance of power between the people and the government lies in this Constitution.
No, and that's good. And it should be, yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good point. See, it was like, boom, sign off. That's it. No, see, good sign. No, no, but that was it. That was
See
well.
why
No,
it's
it
so.
was.
See, this is
Yeah,
why I love being
and
American. I'm
it's
a
good. It's
patriot
good.
and I'm a conservative, and this is, for all its flaws, this is the best, freest country in the world.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I guess you believe it. You're still
it's
there. You're
true.
only like six
It's
hours
true.
away from another one.
Well, if Canada adopts our constitution, I'll be there. It'll be there tomorrow. I'm only 6 hours away. Yeah.
It'll take more than that to adopt. Anyway,
Make sure to get you. Make sure Sean gets his
yeah.
passport. You get yours
Anyways,
too.
but that's yeah, to get a visit. Yeah. No, that'll be good.
No, absolutely.
We'll definitely think about these things. Um, yeah, because I didn't even know
Yeah,
it
I
was
think.
6 hours. I thought it was further for whatever. And then I looked it up when I was talking to
I
you. I'm like,
wonder if I
oh,
95
six
goes north.
hours.
Because
That's like
I
a weekend
95
kind
is
of
like
thing.
the
Yeah.
corridor from New York to Florida. So I wonder if it travels north too. I don't know how far I 95 is from my house either.
I I don't know. I don't know. I think they have borders about an
Well,
hour away from my house or something. I don't even. I've gone
thank
that way
God for
once, and
navigation systems, because
I don't
without
remember what
them,
road we
you'd
took.
be lost. You remember?
right?
Oh
They're
God.
gonna ask me how to get
Yeah.
there.
You
I don't know,
remember? Oh
GPS.
God.
This is how I
Well,
get
I
there.
think we should sign off after this, but a few years ago, maybe even what, 15 years ago, you had to go on MapQuest, type in where you wanted to go, and have it printed out, and have someone read the directions to you. Remember that? Yeah.
Turn left on if it's.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Right.
missed it. Now
Re
what are we supposed to do?
redirecting.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh
no,
my God.
it's a map quest.
Yeah. All right.
Seeking truth,
Well,
finding
seeking
directions.
truth,
Almost. No,
finding the
finding.
Bill of Rights
Anyways,
with Frank and
yes.
Fraser. All right. So, all right, we're
A
gonna
and
cut
B.
it for tonight.
Part one.
All right. All right. Good. All right. I had to get up
Yeah,
early
that's it.
tomorrow
All right.
morning.
Good night, Frank.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, Fraser. God bless. Take care.